Welcome back to the Turbo Moose YouTube channel, guys. Today we're going to jump right into it. I figured with the update coming out soon, I'll probably do a two-part series and just go over half of the cars in one video and half in another, and review them, drift them, tune them, and that way you guys can get a head start on the new update. So the first car we're going to check out is the Equator D, aka the G35. I briefly drove this car in another video and I haven't really touched it, so I'm just gonna go in here, change some values up real quick. If you need to check out the tune, just pause the video or slow down the video, but I'm just doing some little test and tuning, and we're gonna jump into trying this out on the parking lot. So I figured, instead of jumping straight into a game, try the car out in the parking lot, see what I like and don't like. If I need to change anything, I could just always go back to the dyno stand and change it. But I will say, this car drives crazy good off the rip. Super smooth, sounds good, looks good. So I figured, what better way to test any car than doing the Minami jump on the East Touge Track. So jump right into it. You're gonna see how smooth I do this in one freaking take. Remember, guys, never mind those S curves right there. You can see how smooth this car took that jump. I didn't push it to the outer wall right there because I didn't want to crash. I pushed it to the wall right there, and yeah, this thing is freaking sick. And also, the smoke looks super good. I don't know where the CarX came up with this smoke, but man, I am loving it. It looks really real. So now that we test that car out, we're going to scroll down. We're not going to do the Wellington because it just has a new body kit, but we are going to do the new Interstate, which is a Firebird, if I remember correctly. That's Smokey and the Bandit car. So we're going to buy this thing, throw the ultimate tune on, and once again I'm just going to go through here and just throw in some values and take this thing for a rip on the parking lot. And then, you know what, I think I'm going to do the same exact thing. I'm going to take it to East Touge and do the Minami jump and see how this thing likes it too. So once again, if you need the tune, pause the video, slow down the speed, and you can write these down, and that way when the update comes out, you have a base tune to plug in and try out for your wheel or even controller. So first thing I noticed with this car, this thing has a sick chop at idle. I really like it, but when you rev it up, it doesn't really sound like a V8. It sounds more like a V6, but the car does slide really well. My gearing was a little bit off. I probably could have made it a little longer, but this car was just doing everything I wanted it to do. Run outside lines, narrow lines, you name it, it did it. So I really enjoyed that. But one thing I didn't like was that I didn't have a body kit on it. So here you're gonna see me just dress the car up. Really like the roof spoiler, and you know, the Pontiac snowflakes, they're staying. There is no way in hell I was gonna change those wheels. And the little glass spoiler is super sick. So change the seats, change the wheel, put my handbrake in there. I think the thing looks pretty freaking sick. And somehow I always keep defaulting the yellow and gray cars, so I put this thing a nice gray color and threw on those bronze wheels. Man, this thing looks super sick, like 100% would daily this thing. So once again, we're back on East Touge, and this thing is feeling pretty freaking sweet. I know the weight balance is pretty off on this car, so we're gonna go and take this jump. And it wasn't that bad. Like I said, my gearing was a little too short, so I'm over here whipping fourth gear, but this thing is pushed out to the outside line, really nice out there. I mean, it is super smooth, super consistent, and you can tell just by the way I was flicking the wheel around. It was nice. So now we're gonna try the last car for today's video, and that's the Porsche. I tried driving the car around a little bit, and well, you'll see. After tuning this thing up a little bit, I mean, the car looks fantastic. It sounds fantastic. It has 63 degrees of lock, which is crazy. But you know, the CarX devs put a lot of time into this, and it's a real rear engine car. It has a kind of light filling in the front, but it is super solid, and the interior is so dope in this car, especially with the red cage cluster. So this is me just whipping this beast around. I crashed it a little bit there, and I just wanted to keep playing with the Ackerman settings because I wasn't too sure of how this car was going to react to plugging in the settings that I usually go to for the front engine rear-wheel drive cars, you know. So whipped it around some more, felt really good, ran some outside lines nice and smoothly, and the car feels pretty damn good, I will say. Yeah, I don't know what that was. Let's just ignore that and try this car out on the Maname jump. So a couple key things right here. I don't know if you can tell, but the wheel's spinning really fast, but also it feels really light. And right there on that jump, you can see this thing takes a super big nosedive. It could be that I try to run some reverse dampers, but also the double spoiler in the rear. Should have put some downforce on the rear on that, but instead it sprung up like a spring. But now what I decided to do is take this thing for a rip on the big layout. So as you can see, this thing is running a pretty smooth, clean outside line, and the inputs are just, you know, they're pinpoint accurate. Now my only problem is that the steering is so damn light. I mean, the wheel is reacting better than ever, like spinning super fast. It doesn't feel crazy in the hand, it's not jittering or anything like that, but it's just super light. So I have to do some more research on setting up a drift suspension for a rear engine car. But I mean, you can see, like, I was pushing that outside line, not thinking about that sign right there, and nailed it. But almost lost it here because the car is actually starting to grip up. It's doing a weird thing where it's kind of gripping up and kind of getting some understeer. So maybe got to play with some tire pressure and some damper values. But this thing feels super sick. I mean, I know I'm not even using all of the steering lock here, and it's just going down super smooth, super fast. So I think this thing with a proper setup is going to destroy some lobbies and definitely some comps in the right hands, you know. So overall, we ran through the Porsche, and we went through the Interstate, which is a Trans Am, which is a pretty cool car. And lastly, we went through firstly, the Equator D, which is the G35. And man, out of those three, this car takes it hands down, dude. Super smooth, the power is great, steering angle's great, sounds great, looks great. And you know what? As a little bonus, we're gonna shred this thing on the Bisukita course. And just to let you guys know, we're just a little bit under 1K subscribers. So like, share, comment, subscribe, and thank you for checking this out. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace!